Hey you guys, this is Sharae, and today I wanted to do a video focused on college. So it's a real talk type of video. So, grab you some snacks or whatever because, I'm really going to be giving you guys a lot of information. If you clicked on this video, that means that you're either about to start college, you're thinking about starting college, or you're already in college and you just want some tips and tricks and just you want to know how to survive college, because college can be very, very stressful. It's been nice where I've been up crying, and it's been nice. I've just been like, I can't do this. In college, you will really have your days where you would debate on whether you want to be a stripper or not, because sometimes it's just too much. Just kidding. So this is what this video is for. For me, I just graduated from college, and in this video, I actually thought of all these things like while I was still in college, and I was just like, man, that'd be a really dope video to do to make for people, because some people really are struggling. It's the struggle in college, and it's also a competition. So you have to kind of know sometimes the cheat codes of college and just different ways to survive college, because it's certain things that you're gonna just have to learn by experience, but it'll be better if you knew ahead of time. So that's what I'm doing. These are some things that I wish I would have known prior to beginning college, or while I was in college. Like, I wish some things I wish people would have told me. Some things I just learned on my own, and then some things was just common sense. So this is going to be a 3-part video. Part 1 is going to be academically. Part 2 is going to be socially, and part 3 is going to be personally. So I'm going to give you my tips and tricks for you guys to survive college. So let's get started. Academically, which is the reason why you're there in the first place, which should be your number one priority. Before you even start school, it's very important to, before you even start, like, picking your classes, prior to even starting school, picking your classes, a website that's very, very important for you guys to know about is Rate My Professor. Rate My Professor, some of you guys may already know about this. Rate My Professor, you go on the website and you search your school and the subject and the class that you're going to have to take. You're going to have your prereq classes, classes that you're required to take in order to fulfill your major. So let's say one of your prereqs is I'm trying to think of one of mine. One of my prereqs was like English 1001. So you're going to search English 1001 at your university, and a list of professors is going to come up. Once the list of professors comes up, you are going to just go through. You're going to see the ratings on that professor. And this is really beneficial to you, because before you even starting school, you're getting a head start, because you're already doing your research on the professors, seeing what other people rated the professors. And sometimes the students even do like reviews on the professor, and they'll write like, okay, this teacher gives a lot of extra credit, or this class was very hard, it's hard to, his tests are very hard, or he gives a lot of homework. Read those reviews, because you need to mentally be prepared for what you're going for. Like, what type of teachers will you be cool with having? If you want to challenge yourself, okay, take a professor that, gives a lot of homework, gives a lot of tests. If you're the type that you already have a hard major and it's already going to be a challenge, find the teachers with a lot of stars, like, or find the teachers with the higher ratings, because the teachers with the higher ratings is going to help you learn the material better. They might just have the formula to, help you understand it better. They might give better examples, or they might do in-class experiments to help you understand what the lesson is. So definitely Rate My Professor is the first thing that you want to do. And you find the professors on there. Sometimes every professor isn't on Rate My Professor, and sometimes every professor isn't reviewed enough for you to really know whether it's a good teacher or not. And that's, if that's the case, you're just gonna have to take a leap of faith. but it's better to at least have some type of idea of what type of professors you're going to have than to just randomly pick classes. So it's four websites that four must-know websites. So Rate My Professor is one, because you need to actually pick your classes. And once you find a professor, just find out what time frames will work best for you for that professor. And if you have a conflict, you're going to have to choose between, the time frame of the class that you want or this professor that you heard really good things about. So, Rate My Professor. Another good website to know is NoteSwap. So, NoteSwap is basically a website where people can put their notes, where all my emails are coming in at once, where people can put their notes on the website, and it's like you could swap notes. Well, not really like you're swapping with people, but you're putting your notes on for other people to see. But you, in order to like really, I think, have a note swap account, I think you have to put some type of notes on there in order to see other people's notes. And then you just kind of continue to put notes on there. But usually you can find notes for like pretty much any class, any professor, and it's already there. So once you get on Note Swap, you just search for the class and the notes that you're looking for, and a lot of times you'll find it. Sometimes they won't have the notes that you're looking for, and if that's the case, then you're going to have to take another route. But I think in order to have a Note Swap, in order to access Note Swap, you have to upload notes in order to see notes. I'm not saying you have to upload notes every single time you want to see someone's notes, but I think it's like you have to at least upload notes one time. So you can take notes from one class. You have to do the work, in order to you have to give to receive. So just, take notes for one class, upload it to NoteSwap, and once you're able to get access to NoteSwap, and you can see anyone's notes that have been uploaded. And that's NoteSwap. SparkNotes. SparkNotes is a website. I don't even think you have to have an account. For NoteSwap, I had a friend of mine's account. One of my coworkers, he had a NoteSwap account. And so he just gave me his password, and I would just go on his NoteSwap account, and I still to this day know his password and username for his NoteSwap. He graduated before me. So I just used his NoteSwap, and I never had to upload notes. So if you know someone that has a NoteSwap already, then you don't have to upload the notes. But if you don't and you have to just make your own account, then definitely, do that, because NoteSwap is going to help you for those days when you miss class, or, those days where your friend gave you her notes, but her notes aren't as well as you would take notes. Just, it's like a plan B. Have NoteSwap. You have a backup plan, NoteSwap. SparkNotes is more so, I used SparkNotes. I don't know. I think SparkNotes is more so for books and plays. So let's say your professor gave you this play to read, a Shakespeare play, and you really don't have time to be reading the play word per word. Where art thou? And thou is blase blase. Like, you don't have time for all that. You just need to get to the point. Such and such killed them. They did this. They did that. She went here. She kissed him. You know what I mean? You need to know. You need to get to the point. SparkNotes is that website that you need to go to, because it pretty much sums up what you're reading. I think I used SparkNotes when I was in high school for To Kill a Mockingbird. SparkNotes is really beneficial, and it's not like it just tells you what happened in very short form. It really explains everything, and also it gives you all the important things that you need to know. For example, in the play, they may have foreshadowed an event that was going to happen, or something like a color that a character was wearing may symbolize something. Like if the character was wearing red or all black, it might symbolize something in the play, or all those important things, or maybe like character traits, or character flaws, things that will lead a characters to their own destruction, or themes of the play, or it will point out all those things that you need to know, because that's the point of you reading a book, for or the play, for you to understand those things. So SparkNotes will give you all that information, but it gets to the point, instead of you having to read all this extra stuff that's kind of irrelevant, but it builds up on the story. It builds up on the story, but it's kind of irrelevant to just reading. It's just SparkNotes gets you to the point. So I use SparkNotes when I was a sophomore in college. I had I had majority of my classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And Tuesdays and Thursdays are hour and a half long classes. So I had 4 classes that was an hour and a half long. So I was taking 6 hours of sitting through 6 hours of class, and I have a short attention span. So it's hard for me to really sit up there and go through all those classes. I like shorter classes that I take more days out of the week, because it just goes by faster. So, that's another tip. Figure out what will work best for you. If you want to just have all Tuesdays and Thursday classes, and you don't have to go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, make the schedule like that. But you're just going to have longer classes. If you prefer Monday, Wednesday, Friday classes, which are an hour-long classes, that might be easier for you. Or, you can switch it up, have a few classes on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and some on Tuesday and Thursday. I have never had a semester where I just had like days off completely. I've always had a class every single day. So, and it worked out for me, because I don't like to be overloaded on certain days, I mean, yeah, you'll have your free days, but then the days where you gotta go to class, you're gonna be stressed out. So, but during my sophomore year, I took what class was that? I took a theater class. One of my friends was like, you ought to take this class, so easy. All we did was sit around and talk. I took the same class, but I messed around and took a different professor. So we actually had to do work, and we had to read these plays. It was like an advanced class for my sophomore year. So I was just like, dang, why I took this class? But I was in it, so I had to do it. So we had to actually read the plays. We had something to read every night before class. And we would get quizzed, and we would also have to write papers on what we read. I didn't have time to be sitting up there, and then I had the class early in the morning. So it wasn't like I could cram and work on the paper, and read that morning of, because I had the class super early. So to help me, I would use SparkNotes, and that was my cheat code. I would read SparkNotes, and I would know everything that happened. So when we had that quiz, I passed it, because it's not like they're going to ask you anything that SparkNotes wouldn't explain to you, because SparkNotes gives you all the important things and everything that you need to know. Not just like the big events, like such and such killed such and such did. Like, it tells you everything that's going on, and it gives you the order and everything, but it just sums it up. It gets to the point faster. And it's basically plain term. Like, plain English, this is what happened, instead of thou art thou. You don't have time. Like, I didn't have time, and that wasn't my major. I'm not a theater major. I just was trying to take this class because it was easy, and I ended up getting something that wasn't as easy as my friend told me it would be, because I took a different professor. But yeah, SparkNotes. Another important website is Quizlet. Quizlet is similar to NoteSwap, because they have the notes on there, but you can actually quiz yourself. So it's really cool, because they have like, you can put your notes in, or you can use notes that's already been uploaded by other users. And let's say, for example, for one of my classes, I had an easy EDCI class, which is a intro to college type class. And it's always good to throw some easy classes in there, especially when you have stressful classes. Like, I had finance and marketing and calculus and this, that, and the third, accounting. So it's just like, you want to throw some easy classes in there, some classes that you won't really have to stress about, because you putting so much energy and effort into making good grades in your core classes. You can either upload your own notes to Quizlet, or you can use someone's notes that have already been uploaded. Every time I use Quizlet, I use other people's notes. And another good thing about Quizlet is that you don't have to, I don't think you have to have an account for Quizlet, because I never made an account for Quizlet. I always just use other people's notes for the class that I'm taking, and I use that to help me study. And what's really dope about Quizlet is that they have different forms to help you study. So they have the flashcards where you have the word on one side and the definition on the back, and you can, like, let's say you use your tablet, you can actually flip the card over while you're studying, or you can use it and you can highlight, you can star the ones that you need to study more, and you can then you'll have a pile of cards, flashcards, with just the ones that you really need to focus on. So it's really good for that. Also, they have like word scramble. I mean, not scramble, but they have like games that you can play, like where you can match the definition to the term. And they also just have like where it'll read it out to you. It's different ways for you to learn the material. So that's really cool, because a lot of times I always find the notes for my class already on Quizlet, so it's an easy way to study. I don't have to go old school and write flashcards, because the flashcards are right on my tablet, and I'm using it on my way to class. I'm using it sitting in the class, and then sometimes they say the term to you, so it helps you remember it better if you wanted to say the term. Just don't be like this girl in my class when I was taking a test. She obviously had Quizlet up on her phone. And oh yeah, you can use Quizlet on your phone as well, so you can have the flashcards on your phone as you go. So don't be like this girl that was in my class, and she was using Quizlet during the test. And how I know is because she must have accidentally tapped the word, and it said, tap the term, and it said the definition out loud in class while we were taking the test. And she was so embarrassed, and she should be, because it's like, come on now. Like, that was an easy test. Like, you did not have to cheat on that test. But I mean, people, they get by how they get by. But those are 4 important websites to help you survive college. But other than those websites, some other tips and advice that I have for you guys. Before you start your classes, make sure that you know where your classes are located. So every semester, it always helps to know where your classes are before the first day of school, because it looks really bad coming in late. I mean, I know it's the first day, a lot of people come in late, but you just don't want to be that one, especially super late. So learn where your classes are prior to you taking the class, so that you'll have like a time frame of what time you need to be out of bed, what time you need to be on campus, and be there. Because if you live on campus, it's a little bit easier. All you gotta do is hop out of bed, get dressed, and go to class. But if you commute, you're gonna have a time, especially on my campus at LSU, parking was horrible. Like, you would really have to battle for a parking space. So just go to your classes, find out where your classes are prior to the first day of class, so that you won't be scrambling and looking like a freshman trying to figure out where your class is on the first day. So always check your email. Sometimes your professors will email you the morning of your class, like an hour or 30 minutes prior to your class, like, oh, class is canceled today.